Hey, I'm Harley, and I just wanted to yap about some of the Pokemon that are available in Pokemon Conquest. So I'll be tiering them using this tier list. So the tiers that we've got Absolutely at the top, so these are Pokemon that you definitely want to use. This is going to be more in the context of doing like Guardian Charm solos, but they can also work in a team comp if that's how you prefer to play the game. So this is very much assuming people are going to finish the first campaign, the first story, and then continue playing on afterwards. So it's how much do you really want to use these Pokemon, ranging from absolutely to no whatsoever, just absolutely not. Um, so we'll go ahead and start. We've got Charizard. So Charizard has 2 movement, and the move it uses is Flamethrower, which hits 3 tiles in front of itself. It's a pretty good move, but Charizard has the lowest movement stat in the game. The lowest movement stat is 2. No Pokemon has less than 2 movement, but your movement can go up to 4. Being right at the bottom is just terrible. It does fly, though. That is a benefit that Charizard has. Flying movement's pretty good. Flamethrower is a good attack. You can attack up to 3 things in a line, which is pretty nice. I think it's a solid maybe. It's a solid maybe. It's not a bad Pokemon to use. One of the abilities it gets is Last Bastion, which is kind of like a mini Guardian Charm. The Guardian Charm does give it 1 extra movement, which is really nice to have, but you're not always going to have that option. Last Bastion just gives you the attack and defense bonus instead of attack, defense, and range. The other abilities aren't that good. I think it's Blaze and Hero. Hero is basically Last Bastion, but instead it only works when... what is it? I think if the enemies outnumber you by like 3 times, then Hero activates. It's kind of stupid. Just pick up Last Bastion, give it a Guardian Charm, it can do some work. You'll have to watch out for Flash Fire on like Litwicks and Lampents. Other than that, you'll probably be doing solid damage unless they're resisting it. Next up is Beedrill. I think Beedrill actually sits in probably not. I don't think it's an outright no, just because if you're doing Guardian Charm solos, you're probably fighting really weak Pokemon. Obviously, Beedrill itself is really weak, but it gets Vanguard as an ability, which is if you move first in the turn out of any of your allies. So if you're doing Guardian Charm solo always, you'll do extra damage. Twin Needle hits 2 tiles in front of yourself and has a chance to poison. It's a bug type move, not very good offensively. Beedrill has 3 movement, no flying or extra jump or anything. Yeah, quite bad, but not the worst in Guardian Charm solos. Like, you can do worse, trust me, you can do worse. Okay, we'll move on to Arbok. Arbok I think is a straight no. Arbok has bad stats, and the move it has is Venoshock, which attacks 3 squares horizontally, 1 row ahead. So you'll have Arbok, there's 3 tiles in front of it that it will not hit, it will hit the 3 tiles after that. Very awkward to position this move. Venoshock does not do a lot of damage unless the opponent is poisoned. Venoshock is a poison type move, which is not very good offensively. It's only super effective on grass types because fairy types are not a thing in this game. A lot of poison types are going to end up in no. Obviously, steel types are immune to it. Yeah, just sad. The abilities are, I think, Intimidate, Shed Skin, maybe? Actually, don't know. Give me a second. Let me look this up. I might start like looking them up so I can yap about them a bit longer. Because I kind of want this video to be like a longer, just kind of chill thing, you know? So Arbok has, Intimidate, Shed Skin, and Frighten. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Intimidate's okay. Lowers their attacks, they do less damage to you. Shed Skin's actually quite nice. I think it has a really high proc rate in this game, from what I've seen. Like, it always activates for me. I don't know what the chance is, but yeah. Frighten is Intimidate, but lowers speed and range instead of attack. It's actually good on some Pokemon, but for Arbok it's useless. I just realised I'm changing the tab, so it probably changes so you can see when I move over to the website. Oh well, it'll be fine. So next up we have Persian. I'm gonna go ahead and slap Persian in probably not. Stats aren't all too good. The move it has is Slash, which isn't very powerful, has a higher chance to crit. 3 grounded movement is average. Normal type moves are resisted by rock types and steel types. They do not hit ghost types. Yeah. Not very good. What have we got with Persian? Mountaineer, Limber, and High Rise, none of which are remotely interesting or useful. Yeah, bad. That's all I can really say about it. It's just not good. Alakazam. Alakazam's in maybe. Alakazam is really, really good. I know I've just put it in maybe and called it really good, but I'll get to why. So Alakazam's move is Psychic, which hits like a diamond formation in front of you. So it'll hit the opponent in front. It won't hit the tile above them, but it'll hit the tiles adjacent to that tile. So it can hit up to 4 Pokemon at once, which is pretty nice. The abilities it gets are, I think, Life Force. That's the one that heals it. Life Force, I think Instinct. Not sure what the third one is. Instinct, Life Force, Inner Focus, which prevents flinching. Not that great. Alakazam has really good stats. It's in the 97th percentile for speed. I did not realise that. But yeah, Alakazam is fast. It is strong. That's my spreadsheet. But it's a psychic type, right? It's paper thin defenses, which it's not like a bad thing. If you're Guardian Charm soloing, you're probably just gonna want to kill them anyway. But being a psychic type is bad because there are a lot of dark types in this game, and you just cannot deal any damage to them. If this game took the approach that Mystery Dungeon had, where you could actually hit immunities, but for really little damage, I'd probably move it up to for sure, but because you cannot hit dark types at all, there's a lot of times where you'll want to just solo a kingdom, but you can't, because it'll have one dark type, so you just lose. Next up is Machamp. I think Machamp's in for sure, actually. Machamp's move is Cross Chop. It hits like a weird area. It hits like an X shape in front of you, so it's up to 5 targets. It's the 2 tiles next to you, like left and right, the tile above you, and then the tiles that are left and right of you, but above the tile in front of you. It's hard to describe. It does good damage. The only problem with Machamp is accuracy. Cross Chop, I think, is 80 accuracy normally, and Machamp does not have a good speed stat, and speed is important if you want to hit your opponents in this game. There's probably some warriors that have warrior powers that increase accuracy that you can use that will help Machamp. But other than that, really good. Can't hit ghost types, obviously, that's pretty bad, but there's not as many ghost types as there is dark types, so it's not as obnoxious. Machamp has 3 grounded movement, which is fine. Alakazam does as well, I don't know if I mentioned that. If I don't mention it, just assume it's 3 grounded movement. But But yeah, it has a good attack. Oh, and it gets Conqueror as an ability, so it can get, I believe, Guts, Bodyguard, and Conqueror. Conqueror is by far the best of these. When you defeat an enemy, you get a boost to attack, defense, and speed, which is really good. Makes you deal more damage, makes you take less damage, makes you more accurate. Always good. Next up is Gengar. Gengar's a bit awkward. I think Gengar belongs in maybe. Gengar's move, Shadow Ball, hits one target 2 tiles away. This is fine. It's going to do a lot of damage because Gengar is strong, Gengar is fast, so it's probably going to hit. It's a ghost type move, so it can't hit normal types. Bit of an issue, not too bad though. It has Levitate, which basically gives it flying movement, so I can just go over like water and other obstacles. You can fly over opponents, or if you're ghost type in general, you can just move through them. But yeah, there's not really much to say about Gengar. It just hits quite hard with Shadow Ball. It can probably kill one thing a turn, which is not bad on some maps, but pretty bad on others. It's 3 flying movement, which is nice. But hitting just one enemy at a time is not the best. I'll actually tier Rhydon separately to Rhyperior because I think it's better. Not much, but it is better. So Rhydon has 2 grounded movement, which is really bad. But it has Drill Run, which makes it move 1 tile forwards and then attack the tile after that. So you basically attack someone 2 spaces away, but you move up 1 tile while doing so. I believe Rhydon gets run up? I'm not 100% sure. I think it does. No, it doesn't. I lied. Okay, so Rhydon gets Lightning Rod, Bodyguard, and Jagged Edge. Nothing helpful, really. I mean, Jagged Edge is okay when someone hits you with a contact move. They take damage. Bodyguard, you can take a hit for someone next to you. You probably don't want to do that because Rock Ground is weak to a lot of types. Not great. It's slow, so it might miss. But it's better than Rhyperior, which we'll get to eventually. Scyther's not worth doing separately, I don't think. Like, just don't use Scyther, it's really bad. I might just chuck it in no. It has flying movement, which is fine. Fury Cut is garbage, it's too weak. You have to build it up over time. It's a bug type move. Don't do it. What abilities? Swarm. I don't know what it gets separately from Scizor. I've never used this thing. Oh, Parry and Vanguard. Oh, it's almost the same. Vanguard's okay, as I said earlier. Parry has a chance for you to block contact moves. So, yeah, just don't do it. It's bug flying. It's awful. It's not good. If only you had different moves. 3 flying movement is okay though, I guess. Lapras. Yeah, for sure. Lapras is good. Ice Beam is a good move. Hits 3 tiles in front of you, just like Flamethrower. Lapras has 3 grounded movement, but it's a water and ice type, meaning it can traverse water and ice terrain completely fine. This is pretty good, actually, because there's a lot of maps, especially with water on them, that Lapras really appreciates moving through. And if you're doing like post-game stuff, the episodes, you're going to be fighting on snowy mountains a lot, and Lapras is just good at that. Ice Beam is strong enough, even though Lapras' stats are a bit underwhelming. It does good enough, you know? Abilities... I'm trying to remember... What do you get, Lapras? Shell Armor prevents crits. Wave Rider, if you're on water, you get 1 extra movement, I think? And then Water Absorb. Oh, okay. Water Absorb is in this game. I wasn't sure. None of which are particularly great. Shell Armor and Wave Rider, you probably want one of the two. Having immunity to water doesn't really matter. If you're taking a water hit, it's not doing much to you anyway. I just noticed there's an ad on the side of here. I hope... Is that being caught in my recording? Oh, it is. Lovely. Okay. I didn't think it would appear there. I can just, like, scroll. I don't know. Right. Anyway, let's get back to it. Snorlax? No. Snorlax is 2 grounded movement. Body Slam is the same as Drill Run. You move 1 space ahead, you attack space after it with a chance to paralyze. It's normal move, so no ghost types can take damage from it. It's very fat. It has good HP and defense. Attack is pretty good, but speed is really low, so you'll probably miss your Body Slams, even though it's 100% accuracy at base. Just don't. I don't think it's worth using at all. Okay, the next Pokemon's a legendary one. Do I do those now? I could do. Just go in Pokedex order, I guess. Articuno. Absolutely. So, this is kind of with context of that Articuno can only be on Mitsuhide. Mitsuhide has an ability that makes your moves always hit and increases your speed for 3 turns. This is really important for Articuno, actually. So, Articuno has Blizzard, which doesn't hit the row in front of you, but hits 3 tiles horizontally in the next 2 rows. So, up to 6 targets at once. This is really good. That's a big area to cover. The positioning is a little difficult, I guess, because you don't hit the row in front of you. But I've never found it to be too much of a problem. The only issue with Articuno is it's kind of weak. It doesn't have the best attack stat. But Blizzard kind of makes up for this because Blizzard is really strong, right? And you've also got the chance to freeze. And if any Pokemon make contact with Articuno, it has a chance to freeze them as well because of its ability, Frostbite. It's 3 flying movement as well, which is always really nice. Obviously, if you stick a Guardian Charm on it, it just makes it that much better. Yeah, I mean, Mitsuhide is really good. He gets Lapras and Articuno, both of them really good. I'd probably use Articuno with him more. If he didn't have the Warrior ability that he does, I think I'd probably stick with Lapras, just because Blizzard being inaccurate is a bit of a problem. Next up is Dragonite. I'm probably going to throw him in maybe. So, Dragonite has some really good stats, but his lowest stat is speed, and the move that he uses is Dragon Rush. So, Dragon Rush skips. It moves you 1 tile forward, I think. No, or does it move you 2? How many tiles does Dragon Rush move you? I forget. Dragonite. Oh, okay. Dragon Rush moves you 2 tiles forward and then hits the adjacent tiles to where you land. It also has a chance to flinch them, but the base accuracy is 75%, which is really bad. Dragonite speed, how does it compare to other Pokemon? What percentile is Dragonite in? 66%. So it's quite average speed-wise. Your accuracy is probably going to be sitting somewhere between 60 and 80 the majority of the time, which isn't reliable, especially if you're trying to do Guardian Charm clears. Again, there will be warriors that increase accuracy that will like Dragonite, but another problem, it's similar to Charizard. It has 2 flying movement, which is really odd. I don't know why they did that, but they did, I guess. Abilities that it gets are Inner Focus, Confidence, and Last Bastion. Okay, a couple of those are interesting. So, Confidence raises the defense of any allies, I think within 2 spaces of you, for the turn, which is really nice. Obviously, if you're doing a team comp, it's better in there. Last Bastion, I think I already went over that. Increases your attack and defense when you're the last person standing, which is pretty sick. It's basically a mini Guardian Charm. But yeah, solid maybe. Dragons are pretty good offensive type in this game, just because nothing is immune to it. But it's only super effective on other dragon types, and there's not many of those in this game. Oh, right, okay, next up is Mewtwo. I'm really going to struggle placing Mewtwo, because it is really good. I think for sure is a good fit for it. I'm probably not going to order them within the tiers, I'm just going to fill them as I go. So, Mewtwo has some of the best stats in the game, obviously. The problem is that it's a psychic type in a game full of dark types. Obviously, there's no dark types here yet, but we're covering Gen 1 first, which had no dark types, right? So Mewtwo's attack is Psy Strike, which hits 1 tile in front of you and then 3 tiles horizontally after that. So you can hit up to 4 people at once. Really good. Its ability Life Force gives it healing every turn. Really good. It has 4 grounded movement, actually, which is really good. It's just Alakazam, but much better. But it just has the same issues. I mean, it's not as squishy, which is nice, but you cannot invade a kingdom with any dark type if you want to use Mewtwo to solo it, which is a shame. Alright, we've got some duds coming up. I might, like, rapid fire this. Ampharos is terrible. Thunder hits 1 tile 3 spaces away from you. This is so awkward to set up. It's ridiculous. Especially with all the height going on. Because for some reason in this game, every map has like really different heights. And you just cannot attack 3 spaces away. Because the height difference is too much. Just let me hit my target, dude. And you know what? Even if you're in position to try and hit a Thunder, you're going to miss anyway. Because it's 70% accuracy. And Ampharos has bad speed. Just nothing good for this guy. Use Flaffy. Actually, don't use Flaffy. Don't use this line. It's very, very bad. Fortress is even worse. So, Fortress has 3 grounded movement. It has a Steel type move, which may or may not be better than Bug. Who knows, to be honest. It has Gyro Ball, which is the same as Body Slam, the same as Drill Run. You move 1 tile forward, you attack 1 tile in front of you. The problem is, I think they messed up with the Gyro Ball calculation. Or it just doesn't feel like it's working properly, because a lot of the time you're just going to be dealing like 1 damage. I don't know what they did, but they just made it so this move does absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's probably the worst Pokemon in the game, just because it cannot do any damage. Like, it has Jagged Edge. That's probably going to be doing more damage for you than Fortress with Gyro Ball. So, yeah. Steelix. 2 grounded move. Iron Tail hits 3 tiles in front of you and knocks them back 1 space. You're going to miss though, because it's 75% accuracy and Steelix has bad speed. So, yeah. It's also got bad attack. Yeah, Steelix is really bad. Scizor. I think Scizor goes in probably not. Probably not, or maybe, actually. I'm going to keep it in probably not. So, X Scissor is a pretty decent move. Hits the same X shape that I described earlier with... Who was it? Oh, Cross Chop on Machamp. Obviously, it's a Bug-type move, which isn't very good, but at least it's not got any immunities, I guess. Abilities are Swarm, Parry... Scyther had Vanguard. I think Scizor gets something different. Pride. So much worse. With Pride, if you are inflicted with a status effect, you get an attack and defense bonus. So I guess it's better than Guts. But, yeah, you don't want status. You just do not want it. And if you do have one, you want to remove it as quick as you can. So yeah, I don't really recommend Scizor. Bug Steel's not a bad type, it's only weak to fire, but X is just not great, and it's pretty slow, so it'll probably miss some stuff. It's resisted by a bunch of Pokemon, so yeah, unfortunate. Tyranitar, I think, is actually maybe. So, is it maybe? Yeah, I could put it in maybe. I think that's fine. Tyranitar has a few issues, but I'll go over the positive first, which is its move, Stone Edge. It hits like a plus formation in front of you, so it's like 3 tiles in front, and then 2 tiles to the left and right of the middle tile. It is 80% accuracy though, and Tyranitar is pretty slow. It's not like terribly slow, but pretty slow. You're going to be having hit rates about 70 to 80 most of the time, but you're hitting a big clump of people if they're in that formation. It's not immune, like, it's a rock type move, which there's no immunity for that. It's not too resisted either. Rocks are pretty good offensive type to have. But yeah. Tenacity? Does it even get that? I was going to talk about Frighten. That was it. Let's look at Tyranitar for a sec. Oh, it does get that as well. Okay, so Frighten lowers the speed and range of Pokemon within 2 spaces of you at the start of your turn. Obviously, lowering their speed makes you more likely to hit your attacks, which is pretty nice. Tenacity, if they use a contact move on you, it's a chance to flinch them, which is not as useful as Frighten, I don't think. And then Last Bastion, I've already described earlier, just a mini Guardian Charm. It's fine. I'd probably take Frighten though, just because if you miss someone and they're still close to you, you get another better chance to hit them next turn. So yeah, it's okay. It's not great. It's 2 movement. Yeah, there we go. I forgot to get to it. It's 2 movement. But you do have good range on your attack, and it's a good attack as well, which some of them don't have. Sceptile. Probably not. So Sceptile has 3 grounded movement, and its move is Leaf Storm, which hits 8 tiles surrounding you in like a circle, and it does good damage once. Obviously, after you use Leaf Storm, it lowers your attack. Only for 1 turn, so it's kind of up to you. Do you wait a turn to get your attack back, or do you just keep chucking out Leaf Storms? The answer is to probably just keep chucking out Leaf Storms, because your attack can't like continuously get lower. Sceptile can get Sprint as an ability, which gives it 1 extra movement, so it can have 4, I believe. I think it starts at 3. Quick check. Yeah, it starts at 3, but can get 4 with Sprint. Overgrown Mountaineer are not worth having. But yeah, it's the best Leaf Stormer in the game. It's not saying much. It's pretty fast. Actually, it's really fast, so it'll probably hit. It's pretty strong, so it'll probably do decent damage, but it's resisted by a bunch of stuff, which is a shame. Aggron is exactly the same as Steelix. Slow, Iron Tail, 2 movement. Abilities don't really matter, because why would you do this? You're not hitting anything, you're not dealing much damage. Aggron would be better than Steelix if Aggron wasn't Steel Rock, which is worse. Pick your poison out of the 2 of them, really. Would not recommend this guy. Neither would I recommend Armaldo. I believe it's another 2-move chump. It is. Oh, it has X-Scissor as well. Lovely. Battle Armor, Jagged Edge, and Parry. Already went over those abilities. Bug Rock, not great. Stats, not great. A pain in the butt to even find. Is it worth your time? No. I love Armaldo. This Pokemon's so cool. I love him, but it's terrible. It's really, really bad. There is no reason to even try and use it. I think I will rank Dusclops separately. Actually, will I? I don't think I will, actually. I'd probably put them in the same tier. Oh, I'll just chuck them here. So, Dusclops does what Dusknoir wants to do better, which is unfortunate. So, I think Dusknoir's abilities, or, sorry, not Dusknoir, Dusclops' abilities are Frighten, Interference, and Black Hole. Interference is another Intimidate, but does accuracy instead of attack. Black Hole, any opponents adjacent to you cannot move. So you can continuously hit them with Shadow Sneak on Dusclops' terrible attack stat. It's terrible, but it's 3 movement, which is better than Dusknoir, which we'll get to. Chimecho, no. Psyshock isn't terrible. It hits one person 2 tiles away from you. Chimecho has bad stats. Psychic type. It has flying movement, 3 flying movement, but it's just not dealing enough damage or killing enough things. Oh, Glalie is next. I'd actually put Glalie in maybe. I think this is one of the best performances Glalie has in any Pokemon game. So it has Ice Beam, the same as Lapras, hits 3 tiles in front of you. It has 3 movement, it's counted as grounded movement because Glalie does not have Levitate or anything like that. It has Inner Focus, Frighten, and Frostbite. You know what Inner Focus does. Frighten I've already described. Frostbite is the same as Articuno. If someone makes contact with you, it has a chance to freeze them. It's okay. It's actually not too terrible. Hitting 3 targets at once is nice. Obviously it's not very strong. So you'll probably have to do it repeatedly. Ice isn't a good defensive typing, but you know, you just gotta make do with what you've got. So that's kind of why Glalie's in maybe, and not for sure, like Lapras. Walrein, on the other hand, probably not. So Walrein also has Blizzard, like Articuno, the same range as I described earlier. But Walrein is 2 move, which is annoying to deal with, and it's slow. It's really slow. So you're trying to hit these blizzards and you just cannot. It's just Lapras but worse in every way imaginable, which really sucks. What abilities do you get? I don't know if it gets anything interesting. Tenacity, Skater, and Thick Fat. So Skater, if you're on ice terrain, you get an extra movement point, and then Thick Fat, you take less damage from fire and ice attacks. Nothing that really matters that much. I mean, Skater could be nice, maybe. At least it hits a lot of targets at once, and will do damage if it hits, but you have to get there first, you know. Next up is Metagross. I think I'll pop it in, maybe. So, Metagross's attack is Meteor Mash. It hits a target in front of you, and I believe it pushes them back as well. It is 90 accuracy, which isn't bad, but it's kind of slow. Oh, it's 85 accuracy in this game. My bad. Okay, that's pretty bad. Yeah, and it pushes your target back 1 space. It gets the abilities Clear Body, Bodyguard, and Thrust. Clear Body, it can't have its stats lowered. Bodyguard, you'll take an attack for someone next to you. And Thrust, you push someone 1 tile away when you attack them. So with Meteor Mash, you'll push them 2 tiles instead of 1, which is kind of funny. It's 3 grounded movement, which is, average, fine. It's just not as fast as you want it to be. It doesn't have as good as a speed stat as you'd need for an 85% accurate move, especially when it's only hitting 1 target. It'll be fine, like early on, but trying to fight evolved Pokemon with this is actually quite difficult, and Beldum's really hard to find in the first place. I wouldn't say it's particularly worth it. Okay, got a few legendaries coming up. So Registeel, I think is probably not. Probably not, or maybe. Probably not. I might have to review the information on this one, actually. I'm quite conflicted. So Registeel has Flash Cannon, hits a plus formation in front of you. Only as Clear Body as its ability. Flash Cannon is 100% accurate, which is nice, but Registeel is slow, so you'll still have slight accuracy issues. Oh, its attack is also terrible, but its defense is really good. Yay. Is it 3 move or 2? It's 2. Yeah, probably not. It has a good attack, but it's not dealing a lot of damage, and I mean, I guess it can hit multiple targets, and you can take the hits. I think having a more useful ability would be better. Clear Body's okay, but I think there is other stuff that might help it more. Not that would thematically fit, of course, but it'd just be nice if it could do something else. Groudon. Okay, Groudon is maybe. Groudon is very, very similar to Registeel. I think Earth Power has the exact same range, the same power, same accuracy. Stat lines are a bit different. Where Registeel is slow, tanky, and not strong, Groudon is slow, tanky, and strong. And it uses ground moves, which is a bit worse, I think, maybe, because obviously you can't hit levitating or flying Pokemon, which there's quite a few of. Let's have a quick look. At least, if I could type Groudon correctly. At least Earth Power is going to do good damage if it hits something, right? Oh yeah, Hot-Blooded, so it heals. So Groudon heals HP if it's on, like, sand, rock, or lava tiles, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, Groudon stats are really good. Oh, it's actually not that slow, either. Okay. The only problem is it's 2 movement. I think it's a good maybe. Like, I want to move it up to for sure, but I think just having a ground move and being 2 movement yourself, I think keeps it back. So this is the best Pokemon in the game. Shiny Rayquaza, the very last Pokemon that you can obtain. And, I guess there's a reason, right? Like, Rayquaza has 4 flying movement. It has Dragon Pulse, which hits 3 tiles in front of it. Its ability Nomad is the same as Run Up, where the more you move, the more tiles you've moved in your turn, the more damage you'll deal. So you can get the max bonus from Nomad. You have Dragon Pulse. Your stats are insane. Maybe a bit slow. Maybe. I say a bit because it's not that slow. the warrior it's linked to, Nobunaga, he can move twice in a turn. So if you didn't kill them on the first Dragon Pulse, you definitely have on the second one. It's insane. Too bad you can't use it. Yeah. Where was I? Oh, right, okay. Next up, Infernape. This Pokemon is ridiculous. For some reason, they took a completely trash move, Fire Spin, and they took it into this game, and they just made it completely broken. If you're familiar with multi-hit moves in games like Mystery Dungeon, you'll understand why this is good. So, Fire Spin, it has kind of questionable accuracy initially. 85% accuracy, and it's not very strong. It's got 12 power, as it says here. But for some reason, Fire Spin in this game hits 4 to 5 times. I don't know why they changed it from 2 to 5 to 4 to 5, but here we are, I guess. Infernape also gets Conqueror, the same as Machamp. And a lot of Conqueror Pokemon are going to be high on this list, because every time you knock out a Pokemon, you get an attack, defense, and speed boost to just keep going. There is something important to know about Fire Spin. I don't know, can you see? I haven't checked. Oh, you can see the area it hits here. Oh, why is my camera doing that? I hope that's not a thing on the video. If it is, that's really annoying. So, what was I talking about? Oh, Fire Spin. Yeah, so the area of Fire Spin here is just this big circle that just doesn't hit a space 2 tiles in front of you. But if you miss any target on the first attack, it just stops completely. It doesn't just stop attacking that Pokemon, it stops the move entirely. So you have to make sure you're accurate, which luckily for Infernape is not too difficult because it's quite fast. Definitely the best Fire Spin user in this game. Very, very good. Empoleon. Empoleon's kind of hard to rate. I think maybe's a good spot for it. So, Empoleon's really good. It's really strong. Water Seal's a decent type. I think defensively maybe a bit worse than Pure Water, just because of the weaknesses you get, but I'm not too sure. The move it uses is Hydro Pump, which is really strong. So it's got good attack. It's got a really strong move, but obviously Hydro Pump has accuracy problems, and Empoleon is not fast. It's 3 grounded movement at least, which is pretty good. You obviously, Hydro Pump hits 3 tiles in front of you, like Flamethrower, like Ice Beam. But Empoleon has accuracy issues, which is completely mitigated if you're using Empoleon with Ina, who is the Warlord that has a 100% link with Empoleon. Like, if you're using Ina and Empoleon together, it's, like, absolutely for sure. Right? Because she increases range, your movement, and increases accuracy to guarantee hits for 3 turns. You just have 3 turns of this 4 or maybe even 5 movement if you've got the Guardian Charm on. Completely accurate, like, water cannon that's just blasting everywhere. It's amazing. But I think using Empoleon on anyone else, it's a maybe. Next up, Bibarel. You know what, I put Persian in probably not, so we're gonna put Bibarel in probably not. Yeah. Oh, not Bobberel. Bibarel. There we go. Bibarel, Bibarel, I don't know. Hyperfang deals damage, 90 accuracy, 10% chance, flinch. It's whatever. I think it's stronger than Slash, less accurate. Bibarel, not that fast, not too slow, not very strong, not very tanky. Pretty bad Pokemon. Normal move hits 1 tile in front of itself. None of its abilities are of any particular, like, use. At least it's 3 grounded movement. Actually, no. I think we put this in, though. And you know who comes with? I think Persian comes with as well. I just don't think it's worth it. Where was I? Oh, Luxray. So, Luxray is the exact same as Ampharos. I actually don't know how much I need to elaborate on this. So, Thunder, it has Thunder, which is the same as Ampharos. I think maybe it's faster, so it might hit more of them. But I think it's weaker, so it'll do less damage. Yeah. I think they're the same Pokemon, pretty much. Luxray at least gets Sprint, as it's, like, expensive ability, so it has 4 move instead of 3 at base. That's okay. I don't know what you're doing with it. Like, you can position Thunders better, doesn't mean you're going to hit them. So, yeah, just don't. And obviously Electric isn't hitting any ground types either. Bastiodon's bad. It's 2 movement, doesn't have an attack stat. It has Rock Slide, which hits 3 tiles in front of you. Rock Slide's actually really good, but barely any of the Pokemon that have it are good to use it. So, yeah, it's really slow, so it's going to have accuracy problems. Rock Steel is not a good typing. What abilities do you have? Shield, Last Bastion, Sturdy. Shield's kind of interesting if there's an ally, like, behind you that might get hit in a, like, area of effect attack. You can block it for them, so it will miss them. I guess that's something. Sturdy, whatever, Last Bastion. If you're using it, sure. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Driftblim. It's worse than Gengar. I really don't know what else to say about it. It's just worse Gengar. It has Shadow Ball as well. Maybe it's tankier. It has really bad defense but good HP. Like, I don't know what you're meant to do with this. It's quite weak. It's 3 flying movement. The abilities are okay, to be fair. Because it's a flying type, it doesn't have to have Levitate. So it can actually have an ability. Dodge gives it a chance to dodge, I think, like, adjacent contact moves. I actually don't know exactly what it does. I know it lowers the opponent's defense, I think, if it's successful, though. Explode, it'll deal damage around it when it dies. Decoy, I actually have no idea what that does. I might have to look into that at some point. But yeah, it's worse than Gengar. If you're going to use a ghost type, you probably just want to use Gengar, but it's there, I guess. Oh, Miss Magius is the exact same. I think it's worse than Driftblim. Because it's another ghost type. It has Levitate, so it doesn't have an ability. Like, 3 flying move is good, but it just doesn't have another ability. It's closer to Gengar's stat-wise. It's a bit weaker. But if you're going to use something like Drifblim or Miss Magius, just use Gengar. It's just better. It has Shadow Ball. There's actually nothing else to say about it. It just has Shadow Ball, Levitate, 3 flying movement is fine. Having a ghost type move that only hits 1 target per turn is not good. Oh, Spiritomb, absolutely terrible. It's pretty much Dusclops. Actually, it's just Dusclops, but with a different typing that I guess is better. It has 3 grounded movement, it has Shadow Sneak, which deals no damage, it has Interference, Frighten, and Black Hole, which is the exact same that Dusclops has. I think it's... Is it less tanky? Or is it more... I don't know. I think is it... The stats are basically the same. The only thing that's different is the type, which I guess Spiritombs is better because it doesn't have a weakness. Yeah. They're the same Pokemon. They're the same thing in this game. They have the same attack, the same abilities, the same movement range. It's just different typing. Garchomp. I think Garchomp's for sure. So where Dragonite's Dragon Rush is kind of a bit awkward because it's 2 flying movement and Dragonite is a bit slow. Garchomp is faster. It has 3 movement. It is grounded, but the base 3 movement really does help because with the Guardian Charm it makes it 4. The higher speed makes Dragon Rush more likely to hit. It's just better, in my opinion. What does it get? Stealth, Parry, and Tenacity. Parry, yeah, I went over these. Stealth it gives you a chance to avoid an attack if you're on the Pokemon's favoured terrain. So for Garchomp, I think it would be like sand, which you're not really fighting on a lot, so it's not very consistent. I'd probably go with either Parry or Tenacity, whichever one you want to go with. Stats are just good everywhere. And Dragon Rush is going to deal a lot of damage. Yeah, sure. Drapion... I think Drapion's one of the better poison types. I've just realised I've missed someone. Oh, I don't think it's on the list, unless it's further down by mistake. Oh, okay. Okay. Right, so yeah, it is in Pokedex order, but for some reason there's just a bunch of Pokemon down at the bottom here that didn't get included. Oops. Okay, we'll go back for them. That's fine. Oh, my scroll wheel is being awkward. There we go. Right, Drapion I think is the best poison type. It has Cross Poison, which is the same as X-Scissor and the same as Cross Chop. So it's that cross area. Poison type is really bad attack-wise because it's only good against grass. At least Drapion has stats. It can have Sniper. Cross Poison has a high crit rate, I guess. It's not the worst poison type. I think, as I said, I think it's the best poison type in the game. Maybe, actually, there might be competition. But it's not saying much. And that competition is Toxicroak. So let's have a little look here. I know it has Sludge Bomb, which is the same area as Cross Poison, but it's 1 tile further away from you. Dodge, Melee, Hero, they're kind of whatever. Melee, I guess, is fine. If you attack an enemy next to your own Pokemon with Melee, it will attack them for a little bit of chip damage, which is fine. Oh, Toxicroak's stats are weird. Okay. It's kind of weak, but kind of accurate with Sludge Bomb. Maybe it's stronger. Maybe it's better than Drapion. I think Poison Fighting is a worse type than Poison Dark. Yeah. I'd say that. I don't know, they're both competing over not much, so do what you want with that. It's also a pain to get. What else we got? Carnivine? Probably not. Bad stats. Vine Whip hits 3 spaces horizontally in front of you. Doesn't deal much damage. 3 flying move though. Pretty sick. It's good early, I guess. There's not much else to say. Has Levitate as an ability, so doesn't really have one. Weavile. Yeah, I like Weavile. Night Slash hits the 3 tiles horizontally in front of you, like Vine Whip does. Weavile has 3 grounded movement, but it's an ice type, so it can move on snowy terrain fine. It has good stats, which is nice. Abilities are Dodge, High Rise, and Shadow Dash, actually. So, Shadow Dash, I think if no one is within 2 tiles of you, you get an extra 2 movement. So, with the Guardian Charm, you actually get up to the max, which is 6, which is really sick. Night Slash has a high critical hit rate. The Warlord, Kunoichi, that has the max link with Weavile, increases her crit rate with her warrior power as well. Pretty good. It's really fast, so it will hit things. It's pretty strong, so it'll hit them for decent damage. If you crit, it's going to do a ton of damage. Yeah, pretty cool. Sorry, my scroll wheel is like broken, so it just does that sometimes. Ah, here we are. Rhyperia. Awful. It's 2 movement. It has Rock Wrecker, which is the same range as Thunder. You hit 1 target 3 tiles away. But the worst thing is, if you hit something with Rock Wrecker, you cannot use it next turn. So, I don't even know where to start. This Pokemon's so bad. Rock Ground is a terrible typing. The stats are fine, like, apart from speed. Like, it has really good HP, attack, and defense, but its speed it's in the bottom, like, 17% of speed stats. And Rock Wrecker is... Oh, it's actually 90% accuracy at base. Okay, I thought it was lower than that because you constantly see this with like 60% accuracy. It's really, really bad. Yeah, just awful. Really, really terrible. Do its abilities help it? Lightning Rod, Bodyguard, Solid Rock? Absolutely not. I guess you'd probably go Solid Rock, so super effective moves do a bit less damage to you. Dusk Noir, also terrible. What if you had the same abilities as Dusclops? I believe it does. It might have one different, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's the same. Frightened Interference, a black hole. But if you have things in your black hole, you can't hit them because you have to move to use Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball hits 2 tiles away. It's so badly thought out. I don't know. If it had Shadow Punch or like Payback, I mean, I know it's a dark move, but just something, anything, but a 2-range move on a Pokemon that wants to like move in and just keep things stuck where they are. Terrible. Just, they didn't think it through, I think. Frostlass. Yeah, probably not. Icy Wind hits 3 tiles in front of you horizontally, just like Vine Whip, just like Night Slash, and it will lower the opponent's range by 1, so their movement by 1, if it hits. That's okay. That's all well and good. Icy Wind is really weak, and Frostlass is not particularly strong or tanky. So you just kind of end up doing nothing. On Guardian Charm solos early on, I guess it's fine. You might be doing enough damage. If you're doing super effective hits, you probably are. Luckily, Ice is pretty good at that, but yeah. If you're doing anything kind of later, nah. It's just not really working. What abilities do you get? Mountaineer, Dodge, and Frostbite. Nothing too interesting. You probably go with Dodge or Frostbite. So, yeah. Or also, Icy Wind is way weaker than Ice Beam as well, and has a slightly less accuracy. Has 95 instead of 100. Dialga is next, and I'd probably put it in for sure. Dialga's a bit interesting. Where do we start? So Roar of Time is pretty good. It hits 3 tiles in front of you, and then 3 tiles in front of that. So 6 tiles in total. If you use it and hit something, anything, you then have to recharge for a turn. You cannot use Roar of Time again that turn, but you can still move, which is alright. Dialga is really, really strong. The move itself, it has massive power. Dialga has massive attack, has good HP, good defense, decent speed. Tenacity, so if something makes contact with Dialga, it might flinch it. But yeah, the recharge turn's a bit awkward, but you're not going to complain about hitting 6 tiles at once with a strong dragon move on something with massive attack. Really, really good. Just, I don't think I can say it's one of the best, just because of the recharge. Arceus. Okay, yeah, Arceus is really good. Judgment hits 8 tiles all around you in a circle. Deals good damage. It's a normal type move, but Arceus's ability, Omnipotent, makes it so it can hit ghost types. I think it also heals every turn. It does other stuff. I don't actually know everything that it does, but it has a bunch of different effects. But yeah, it's very, very good. Very good. Good stats. Good move. A pain to get. You literally get it. It's the last Pokemon you get before Rayquaza, probably. But yeah, if you had access to it earlier, it'd be really cool. But you don't, so you probably won't use it. Which is a shame. I mean, you do get to use it in the main story at the end, but yeah, you get a little insight into what having an Arceus is like, and then you just don't have one for another, like, 40 to 50 hours. What else we got? Superior, probably not. Worse than Sceptile in every way. It's 3 movement, Leaf Storm, the same as Sceptile. Speed stat is good, defense stat is good, attack stat is bad, which is where Sceptile is better. I think Sceptile is also faster. It's faster and stronger. Superior is bulkier. Too bad you don't really care about having bulk too much. As long as you don't die to one hit, you're probably fine. But yeah, I don't think he gets any interesting abilities. Overgrow, Grass Cloak, and Nurse. No. Grass Cloak increases defense on grassy tiles, and Nurse, I think, it either heals or cures status effects of people nearby, I believe. I've never used it. I do not know. Completely. Emboar. I think Emboar's a solid, maybe. Emboar has 2 movement, which sucks. But its move is Fire Blast. I'm just gonna pull up this range because trying to describe this is difficult. Let me make sure you can see that. Yeah, you can see the range over on the left side. Hits the 2 tiles next to you, 3 tiles in front of that, and then 2 tiles to the left and right, in the middle of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles in total. That's insane. You're gonna be hitting something. Too bad it's 85% accurate, and Emboar is kind of slow. It's not like really slow, but it's kind of slow. You know, you might have a bit of trouble. So for abilities, it gets Blaze, Sprint, and Flare boost. Blaze, if you're under a 3rd HP, you get attack boost. A Spirit is really good. I think it's the same 3rd, I think if you're under a 3rd HP, you then heal all your HP, and then get an attack boost. It's ridiculous. Trying to fight wild Pokemon with Spirit is an absolute pain. And then Flame boost, I actually do not know what that does. I assume if you're on a lava tile, you get an attack boost when you use a move. I'm assuming that's what that does. It's a big assumption. I might have to have a look at that. But yeah, 2 movement sucks, a bit slow, but Fire Blast is the best attack in this game. Hands down. Absolutely the best. If you hit things, they are dead. But there's a much better Fire Blast user, and we'll get to them kind of soon, I think. Although there's a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon to get through. Ah, yes. Okay, Samurott. An actually good Gen 5 starter. So, Samurott's move is Aqua Tail. It hits 3 tiles in front of it, and then also pushes any targets hit back 1 tile, which is whatever. Power is pretty decent. Accuracy, I think, is 90, so it could be shaky at times. Samurott isn't the fastest, but it's not that slow. But Samurott also gets Conqueror. So if Samurott defeats an opponent, it gets an attack, defense, and speed boost, which is amazing. Yeah, it's good. Really would recommend using Samurott, especially if you're doing Guardian Charm. Solos. It's really good for that. Obviously, the only thing you'll have to look out for is Water Absorb Pokemon, but they don't really exist outside of Vaporeon and Lapras, I believe, so you're just not really going to be seeing it. Stat-wise, good HP, decent attack, decent defense, decent speed. Kind of middling, but it's fine. It will be fine. You have Aqua Tail, you have Conqueror, you just kind of need to get going. The Elemental Monkeys. Simisage is the worst. It might be better than Superior. Maybe. It's got Leaf Storm. It's fast. Is it faster? I actually don't know. It's stronger. I know it's stronger. Melee, Hero, and Instinct I think are better abilities to have. So it's kind of like... Oh, wait, is it faster? I don't know. They're the same thing. They're just all the same thing. You can hit hard once, and then after that, you're just going to be doing less damage, which, yeah. I'm not excited about Simisage, unfortunately. Simisear, I actually need to see what this does. Incinerate 3 tiles in front, permanently destroys each target's item if it is consumable. Melee, Instinct, Flame Boost for abilities. Kind of mid, stat-wise. Incinerate also isn't very strong. You would rather just have Flamethrower. I think they're all 3 move, right? Yeah, they're all 3 range. I think I'll just probably... Chocobo probably not. I don't think any of them are impressive. Brian hits 2 tiles in front of you, has double power against Pokemon with less than half their max HP remaining. Melee and Instinct Aqua Boost. Whatever, you know, whatever. Whatever you want to do, it's there. It's not great. It's probably the best out of 3. It has... I mean, it can only hit 2 targets, maybe... But at least it's a water move. At least it has a secondary effect that might be nice. Maybe sometimes. Yeah, probably not. Oh! Mushana, I will put Muna here. Because if you're using one, you kind of have to use the other one. So for whatever reason, they gave Muna Hypnosis. 2 tiles in front of you might put them to sleep. Might because it's 60% accurate, and it's not 60% accurate because you're slow, right? So it's even less accurate. And then, for some reason, they gave Mushana Dream Eater. Hits 1 tile in front of you. Obviously, you can only use Dream Eater if the opponent's asleep. So you have to put them to sleep with Muna, or rely on Calming or Daze, which has a chance to put enemies within 2 spaces of you to sleep at the start of the turn. I think it's a really low chance. I think it's like 10%. So yeah, you need to hit 60% hypnosis on something to then hit mediocre psychic damage on them. No thank you. You know? Zip Striker is okay. Maybe. Zip Striker, it can have sprint, so it can have 4 range instead of 3. It has discharge, so it hits in the circle around it. Is it strong? Not really. Is it fast? Yeah. It will hit things, just not very hard. At least it will hit things, and it will get to opponents. That being the standard for maybe is a bit telling. Gigalith is probably not. It's the same as Tyranitar. 2 movement, has Stone Edge. Tyranitar has a better ability. Tyranitar has better stats. Gigalith, unfortunately, is slower. Sturdy, Bodyguard, Explode are not interesting. Stats are just worse. Pure Rock is probably better than Rock Dart. Maybe. I mean, you have Psychic Immunity, which is kind of nice. I don't know. Tyranitar's better. And Tyranitar is like a maybe. And Gigalith is like a yeah, probably not. You know, you get where I'm going with that? Maybe. Excadrill. I think Excadrill is also a maybe. Excadrill is the same as Rhydon, except it has 3 movement instead of 2. It has Drill Run, better ability, better stats, right? So let's get Excadrill up here. So Excadrill has 3 movement, has Drill Run, Sandpit, Stealth, and Run Up. Sandpit, if it's on sand, it heals. Stealth, if it's on sand, it has a chance to dodge attacks. And Run Up, it gets a power boost depending on how many tiles it's moved before it attacks. You probably want to take Run Up, Drill Run. Stats, pretty good. Has better speed than Rhydon, most importantly. So it can actually hit things with Drill Run. Pretty solid. The only thing is it can only hit 1 person at a time. And you have to move forward and then attack. It's not just a direct attack in front of you either. Which, I don't know if that's worse. It's hard to say. Especially when there's moves like Fire Blast. It's like you could just have that instead, you know? The balance of this game is truly non-existent. I don't know if I need to talk about Audino. It's not meant to be used. I don't think. Life Force, Healer, and Medic. I actually don't know what any of those do. To be quite honest. One of them probably cures status conditions, one of them probably heals HP. I know what Life Force does, that heals Audino's own HP. Audino's kind of a tank. Takes hits quite well. 3 grounded movement. Doesn't do any damage because it has no attack, and its attack is pound. So, yeah. You want to kill things. Having a healer is nice, usually in tactics games, but in this one, you don't need one. Not at all. The plan is to get in, kill them, get out as quick as you can. You don't need a healer to do that, especially when you just can go in, kill, leave, right? It's just unnecessary. I get the idea. I appreciate the idea, actually, because I do like Audino as a Pokemon, but just not in this game. And not in regular Pokemon either. What is it doing there? I don't know. Maybe if they remake Conquest and make it like an actual, like, SRPG or TRPG, whatever people want to call it, you know, maybe then Audino will be actually useful. Conkeldurr. Really, really good. I said really, really good, and then put it in maybe, and I'm hesitating to move it up. I think this fits, though. I think this fits, maybe. It's a fighting type, so it can't hit ghost types. But what it's really good at doing is killing one guy really hard. Like, so hard, its health bar is gone probably 2 to 3 times over. Is that how you spell Conkelda? Yeah. Superpower is really strong, 100% accuracy. Even though Conkelda is kind of slow, it's usually pretty accurate. Superpower hits one tile in front of you, pushes them back 1 space. If you have Thrust as your ability, you push them 2 spaces back. Guts is pointless in this game. Spirit is pretty good. If you fall to low HP, you get all your HP back and an attack boost. When you use Superpower, you lower your own attack and defense, but your bulk is really high and your attack is really high, so it's usually not a problem anyway. Really good. Too bad it's one guy at a time, and you can't fight any ghosts. So if there is a single ghost in a kingdom, you just cannot take it on with Conkelda, which kind of sucks. Definitely a good maybe. A good maybe. Where are we next? Livani. For some reason, they messed up Livani. I mean, it wouldn't be good anyway, right? It's Grass Bug, which is awful. It's such a pain to get because you have to get a Swadloon to 65% link, which takes forever. Its abilities are Nurse, Swarm, and Confidence. Confidence is probably the best one here, and that's the supportive one. X is the X grid up here. Power's fine, accuracy's good. 145 attack. Right? Like, Livani's best stat in the mainline games is attack. Why is that its lowest stat here? I think people have come to the conclusion they probably used its special attack as its attack reference, but I don't know. I don't know why they did that. What is Swadloon's attack stat? 105. What is Swaddle's? 85. Okay, so it does get stronger, I guess, but it's not as strong as it should be. Not that that would make it better, but it might improve it from no to probably not. It's 3 grounded movement. X is at least hits multiple targets. Bug has no immunity, like nothing's immune to Bug, but has a bunch of resistances, so you know. You're Bug Grass, so you're weak to everything. Not very good, unfortunately. Scolipede, really bad. Same as Arbok. Not much difference. They both have Venoshock, so you'd need to poison something beforehand to even do good damage with it. It's a really awkward range. They both have 3 grounded movement. Both their stats are pretty bad. Scolipedes is at least better. Gets Poison Point, Jagged Edge, and Vanguard, which are much better abilities, actually. So something could make contact with Scolipede, get poisoned by Poison Point, and then you can do the increased damage with Venoshock, but I don't know. It's better than Arbok, but I wouldn't say that makes it worth using. Whimsicott. I think I'll put Whimsicott in probably not. So it is just a grass type. It has Razor Leaf as its move, which isn't very strong. But Razor Leaf does hit 3 tiles in a row in front of you. Pretty good. Has a high crit rate. Whimsicott is really weak though. So pick your battles, you know. If Whimsicott is good against a bunch of opponents, like has a super effective attack on them, it'll probably be okay. But if it doesn't, probably not. What abilities do you have, Whimsicott? Melee, Mountaineer, and Dodge. Nothing too interesting, but melee can do chip damage. Dodge, you can lower the defense and dodge an attack. Very meh. Very uninteresting. Not very useful. Petalil is not much better, unfortunately. I think it is better, just not much. So Petalil has... Petalil? That's Lilligant. Lilligant has Petal Dance, which attacks 4 squares adjacent to you, so you're in front, behind, left, and right. It does good damage. It hits 3 times, or 2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times, but the user has 0 range on its next turn. So you cannot move next turn. You can still use your move, but you cannot move anywhere else. Own tempo does not help with this either, by the way. This isn't like the main games. You're not getting confused by using Petal Dance. You're being rooted in place. You cannot move. Nurse and Life Force, yeah, whatever. It does okay damage. It's got good accuracy. Petal Dance just kind of not great. And it's grass type. Not great. You know, I would probably not use this. Take a shot every time I say the name of the tier when I'm talking about a Pokemon. Right? Who's wasted already? Next up we've got Crocodile. I think it's maybe. Its move is Crunch. Kind of unfortunate. I wish they put Earthquake in this game. That would have been better. Intimidate, Moxie, and Disgust. I think Disgust makes you deal more damage to someone that hit you last turn. I think, or it does something to someone that hit you last turn. Not exactly sure what. I haven't tried it. But Moxie's not bad. It's worse Conqueror. So kind of whatever. Intimidate's pretty nice, I guess. Crunch only hits 1 target in front of you, which kind of sucks. But Crocodile has good stats. So you can kill something every turn, especially Psychic types, which, you know, quite a few Psychic types, and you're one of the quite a few Dark types. So you just counter them. Dark has no immunities. Nothing's immune to Dark, I mean. So it's alright. Pretty good. Not the best. You can only hit 1 person a turn. But that's okay. Because you're probably going to use someone else. That's why it's maybe you'd use... I'm going to start doing it on purpose now. Darmanitan. Here we are. Darmanitan is completely insane. It has Fire Blast, like Embor does. So the thing that can hit 7 tiles. It's, I think, stronger than Embor. It is faster than Embor. So it hits harder. It hits more. And it has Conqueror for some reason. This is just the games. Darmanitan has everything you want. You have Conqueror, you have Fire Blast, you have a type that has no, immunities, apart from Flash Fire on Litwick, Lampent, and Chandelure. Apart from that, you're fine. You just have to look out for those. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely insane. The only bad stat it has is defense as well. But you can take hits, so that's fine, whatever. And you have Conqueror, so you get a defense boost anyway. And you're going to have the Guardian Charm on, so you get that defense boost anyway. Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. Absolutely insane Pokemon. Probably the best thing to have. I actually don't know which is better between Rayquaza and Darmanitan. Purely as Pokemon. If we're taking into account Warlords, Rayquaza's better. But as a Pokemon, okay, I'll rephrase it. As an available Pokemon, this is better, right? Darmanitan is just better. I'm getting like lost now because there's a lot of unevolved Pokemon. Scrafty, probably not. High jump kick is cool. It does a lot of damage if you hit. Scrafty is not particularly fast. You might miss. You might do half your health and damage to yourself and then die. But if you hit things, you're doing damage. Cool. Probably not. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, so high jump kick, you move one and then hit the square after. Shed Skin, Moxie and Spirit. I guess Spirit's nice, in case you miss. In case you miss your high jump kick, you can heal, maybe. There's nothing too interesting. Yeah. Sorry, a lot of these I'm just kind of saying their moves, saying their abilities, and just going, yeah, there's nothing really too interesting here. But that is just the case. Like, Scrafty is the only Pokemon to get high jump kick in this game, but you just don't want to use it because you might miss. It really sucks Pokemon only having one move, can you tell? I really hope this game gets a sequel, and that they improve on some of the stuff, the balancing, the one move that they get, just stuff like that, you know? Because I think some of the concepts are really cool. Like, having a Pokemon in this kind of style of game, like a Fire Emblem game, is really cool. Yeah. I love the concept. I love the concept. I think that's what I'll say about this game. I love the concept. Next up we have Zoroark. Zoroark's pretty good. Yeah, for sure, actually. Night Daze hits the 4 tiles adjacent to you, so left, right, up and down. Has a chance to lower their accuracy. It's a dark type move, so nothing is immune to it. And Zoroark is strong and fast, so it hits hard and probably will hit. It has 4 grounded movement as well, which is sick. Illusion kind of sucks. It's kind of a nothing ability. It disguises Zoroark as one of your party Pokemon, well, like one of your allies. Meh, whatever. Like, I guess you could disguise as like a ghost. Wait, ghost? What do you... No, he wants to be hit by like a psychic move. So like a poison fighting type, like a Toxicroak or something. But, I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Just gonna kill them anyway. I'm looking this up. I don't think there's actually anything else to talk about. Oh, wait, it gets different abilities. Oh, I thought it had to have illusion. My bad. It gets Shadow Dash. You want that one. You want Shadow Dash, so you can have 6 move. If you're not too close to anyone. Yeah, my bad. Do that. Yeah, this thing's good. Cool. I'm going to take a quick pause here for a sec, and I'll be back. Yo, I'm back. So let's keep going. I got to Zoroark. Chinchino's next. Chinchino's kind of interesting. I say as I put into probably not. It's a normal type, which sucks. Stats are okay-ish. They're fine, I suppose. Decent attack, good speed. Other way around, actually, maybe. Double checking. I don't remember. Are you fast or strong? Or it's faster, yeah. Good speed, okay attack. Bad bulk, which, whatever. It has Tail Slap. Hits 3 tiles horizontally in front of you. 85 accuracy, kind of fine because you're fast. You might miss sometimes, maybe, but you're probably fine. Abilities are Dodge, Perception, and Confidence. Do you want to dodge attacks, or do you want to boost defense of your party? Up to you, I guess. If you're doing team stuff, Confidence. If you're doing solo invasions, Perception or Dodge are fine. I think Perception allows you to dodge range attacks, so you probably want to go with that one. Tail Slap is... It's like stronger than stuff like Double Slap, but it still only hits 2 to 5 times. If this had the 4 to 5 times that Fire Spin has. I think that'd be really cool and like a good thing for Cinccino to have, especially because it gets a skill link now as its a hidden ability. Not in Conquest, unfortunately. I say unfortunately, like it'd be much better with it, but it's probably the best normal type, apart from Arceus. I like... It could be a maybe. Just because it can hit multiple Pokemon at a time, it's just watch out for Ghost types and Rock types and Steel types. Yeah. Probably like a mid maybe, bomb kind of maybe kind of deal going on. It's alright. It's probably the best normal type apart from Arceus. Not really much else to say. It's easy to find. So if you have anyone that needs or is kind of stuck to normal Pokemon, I usually just slap a Cinccino on them and they're fine. Gothitelle, complete garbage. What the hell is going on with Gothitelle, right? So it has Future Sight. It hits the 3 squares horizontally and then 3 squares horizontally after that, but 1 row away from you, similar to Blizzard. But the damage doesn't come immediately. The damage comes the turn after. So what you'll do, you'll cast Future Sight, and then on your next turn, they take the damage, or is it on their next turn? No, it's not your next turn. I think it's at the end? At the beginning of the turn after next. Okay, so you cast Future Sight. The enemy has their turn. You have your turn again. After I think you end your turn again, I think they take the damage then. I think. It's either that or after their turn again, but I think it's after your turn again. You cannot stack Future Sights. So if you've already used Future Sight on someone, you can't put another one on them, it just fails. But you can Future Sight different targets. Say you've set up a Future Sight on a Minccino, and then you next turn you set one up on Pineco, whatever. Then the Minccino will take the damage, and then the turn after, the Pineco will take the damage. It's a pretty decent area to affect, and it does follow them, like they can leave that area and it will still hit them. The problem is, this move can miss. Gothitelle, middling speed, kind of bad. Like, not the worst, but not good. You could miss a Future Sight, and it just won't... how do I say this? If you cast Future Sight, and it lands on them, they will get hit, no matter what. But if you miss your cast of Future Sight, then you have to try and hit them again. It's very awkward. Instinct, perception, calming, whatever. Yeah. It's like not too strong either. It's kind of bulky, I guess, but just trying to work around a move that hits after you cast it is very awkward. I mean, a lot of battles have a generous turn count if you're doing invasions, but if you're battling wild Pokemon, you only get 10 turns. You cannot kill 6 wild Pokemon with Future Sight in 10 turns. You can't do it. So trying to like grind a Gothitelle is completely pointless. Trying to take it into invasions is a complete pain, because the enemy can still move around because you haven't killed them. Use another Psychic type. I mean, like, theoretically, it's probably out-damaging quite a bit in, like, the probably not tier. But because the damage isn't immediate, there's just no point. You need to kill things as fast as you can. Gothitelle is not helping you do that at all. Emolga, whatever, I don't think anyone was considering using an Emolga anyway. It has Volt Switch. It's the only Pokemon to have Volt Switch. You hit a target 2 spaces away, and then you move back 1 space. Or you switch places with an ally Pokemon if there's one behind you. Whatever. I mean, it's got decent power. Celebrate is nice. If you defeat an opponent and you have Celebrate, you get to move again. But Emolga's really weak. You're not really killing anything with it. It's fast, so it's accurate. You have 4 flying movement, my bad, okay. It's got good movement, but just, it's too weak. And you hit one guy. I don't know. In theory, it's kind of cool, but just doesn't work. Garvantula's kind of cool. Where did I put the other discharger? Where did I put... who was it? Zeb Striker? I actually can't find it. Where did I put Zeb Striker? Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe. I'd put it here. Let me try and spell this correct. Galvantula. There we go. Pretty much the same as Zeb Striker. I think it's a bit stronger, but a bit slower. Which is fine because you can have Compound Eyes to fix accuracy. Hits in a circle around you, 30% chance to paralyze is nice. If you're fighting with other electric types, you can use Sequence to boost your attack if you're adjacent to one. Sponge is kind of pointless. At the start of your turn, if you're adjacent to someone, if you're adjacent to an enemy, you damage them and heal yourself. It's kind of whatever, but I guess it kind of works with Discharge. I don't know. Probably just stick to Compound Eyes, so you absolutely are hitting things. Obviously, Electric does no damage to ground-type Pokemon, which kind of an issue. Galvantula has 3 grounded movement. It's fine. A lot of the time, if there's a bug trainer that has like a bad link, which they often do, I'll just give them Galvantula as an alternative. Just because it's okay, I guess. Oh, Chandelure. Yeah. For sure. Chandelure and Infernape are very similar. Chandelure has Ghost type, so if you can move through opponents. Say like you had a pass from Fire Emblem, if you know about that. So say there's someone stood in front of you, you can just sort of move past them to go behind them or whatever. It's pretty nice for reaching certain areas. Fire Spin is great, but Chandelure is a bit slow. So you might have some accuracy problems with it. Flame Body, Flash Fire, Warm Blanket are all kind of whatever. Flame Body is probably the better one. Flash Fire is not bad to have. Warm Blanket is awful. Warm Blanket, if you are standing on a lava tile, you heal HP. There's one map with lava tiles, so wouldn't really recommend having that one. It's really strong. It's actually kind of tanky, because I guess they've used its special defense. Yeah. It's pretty good. I'd use it. Haxorus. Yeah. Haxorus is good. So, Haxorus has Outrage, which is the same as Petal Dance. You hit in front, behind, left and right. You hit 2 to 3 times, and if you hit something, you cannot move. Your range is reduced to 0, but you can still use Outrage if there's still enemies next to you. Much better than Lilligant because it's Dragon type. Haxorus has much better stats. It's definitely killing things. A Dragon offensively has no immunities. Nothing's immune to Dragon, so you are hitting things. I mean, obviously tanky Steel types are still going to be a problem, but it's going to be a problem for a lot of stuff. Mold Breaker, Pride and Tenacity. Oh, bless me. So Haxorus has Mold Breaker, Pride, and Tenacity. Tenacity is probably what you want. If people make contact with you, they flinch. If they've made contact, they're probably next to you. So you can get more outrages out, I guess. Mold Breaker's not bad, but because you have a multi-hitting move, you can't really use it for Sturdy. So you're just kind of... You have it for like Instinct, Dodge, stuff like that. So you're guaranteed to hit them. Stealth as well. Like, Mold Breaker is actually pretty nice to have in this game. It's ridiculously strong. Pretty fast. Not too bulky, not squishy, so... Yeah. Pretty good. I'd recommend it. Beartick. Awful. Beartick has 2 move, and its attack Icicle Crush hits one person 2 tiles away. It's pretty strong, but Beartick is also slow, has a bad speed stat, so it will probably miss. Not too much, but might do. It's not as high accuracy as you realistically want something to have, right? Stealth, Tenacity, Frighten. I guess Frighten can help with that if you invest in that. It's the expensive ability, so it'd probably cost you 10k if you didn't pick it up, whatever Cubchoo has in that slot. 30% chance to make the target flinch as well. That's pretty nice, but you have to hit them first. Yeah, not only do you have to get there, make sure they're in the correct range, then you have to hit them. It's just a bit of a pain. It's definitely not like the worst out of the 2 range squad. That's still Rhyperior. Or like Dusknoir. I don't know. One of them's worse than the other. I don't really care to compete for which one. Ice type is pretty good offensively though. If you have to use it, meh, whatever. You have to make do with what you got, I guess. I'd rather use anything else, but it's not the worst in the no tier. We'll leave it at that, I guess. Bishop. Ooh. It's either maybe or for sure. I'm a bit reluctant. Can it convince me in any kind of way? Not really. Bishop. Yeah, I think it's maybe. Bishop is Weavile, but tankier and less accurate, I guess. How strong is it? It's okay. I actually don't know where it sits. So it has Night Slash, hits 3 tiles horizontally in front of it. Abilities are Parry, Shackle, and Inner Focus, none of which are particularly interesting. Oh yeah, Shackle just makes it so if you hit someone, their range is reduced. Either reduced by 1 or 2-1, I don't remember. I think it's just reduced by 1. Yeah, Steel Dark is... I mean, what are we looking at, like, resistances wise? It's weak to ground, fire, and fighting. Yeah, I don't know. It's good in some situations, but you really have to pick your battles with the Bishop. Like, where Weavile's kind of strong and fast enough to just kind of do whatever, Bishop has to be a little bit more careful. Yeah. I think I'd say that. Where am I? Bishop. Oh, Bravery is awful. So, I just realised how many Pokemon are missing. Okay. Braviary has Skydrop. What Skydrop does is you pick up the person in front of you, take them in the sky, and then drop them on your next player phase to deal damage. So, the opponent that you take up doesn't get their turn that turn, but they will get it next turn, where you lose your turn next turn. it's not like very powerful either. Keen Eye, Pride and Hero, or whatever. It has good stats. It needs a better move, and there is a better one that it just doesn't have. So, yeah, Skydrop. Skydrop also doesn't affect flying types, but you can still pick them up. It's just when you drop them, you deal no damage. Again, it's an issue with the damage is delayed. It's only one turn, but then you don't get your next turn either. I don't know. I really don't think there's a situation in which you want to use Skydrop, and it's just annoying when you're fighting. I think it's Masamune in Avia, and he's just like picking people up with Skydrop, and then you can't hit him, then he drops them down, and then you try and sort of gang up on him, and he doesn't die, and then you pick someone else up, so you have to wait again. It's just, what an absolute waste of time. Okay, we're getting some pretty good stuff now. Hydreigon. Yeah, absolutely. Hydreigon is mini Rayquaza. It has Dragon Pulse, it has Levitate, so it has flying movement. It has 3 moves instead of Rayquaza's 4. It's really strong, it has really good stats, but obviously its ability has to be Levitate, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, I keep saying it's unfortunate. It does give them flying movement, which is in itself a really good ability, but it just means it doesn't have something else to do. I don't know. It's kind of hard to complain about having flying movement. I don't know. But it's really good. It's really, really good. Dragon's a good type offensively in this game. Dragon Pulse is strong enough. It's mobile. It's a bit of a pain to get because you have to get it really like high stats to evolve Swilus, I guess. But it's worth the effort. Like, if you just spend a couple of post-game episodes just grinding out Hydreigon on a bunch of people that can use it, it's really worth doing. Because your future episodes, you can just pick up Hydreigons, give them Guardian Charms, and just watch them go. Oh, Volcarona. Absolutely. Volcarona is really good. It has Fiery Dance, which has the same range as Dragon Rush. Obviously, it's a lot more accurate, so you don't have to worry about speed. Not that Volcarona is that slow anyway. No, it's got pretty good speed anyway. It has good accuracy, good damage, bulk is good. It is 3 movement, fine, whatever. Flame Body, Frightened, and Sponge are kind of whatever. But when you hit Fiery Dance, you have a 50% chance to raise your attack. This also includes against any like breakable or movable obstacles. So if you Fiery Dance into a rock, you can still get the attack boost for next turn, which is pretty funny. But yeah, Volcarona is ridiculous. Again, a bit of a pain to get Larvesta to evolve because you have to get it to really high stats. But it's still good, right? It's still really, really good. Right, so I just did Volcarona. Okay, so we've got Terrakion, probably one of the worst legendaries. Not as bad as Registeel, but Terrakion's okay. It has Sacred Sword, which hits one person, one tile in front of you. It does a lot of damage. Terrakion has good stats. Rock Fighting is a bit unfortunate defensively, and you can't really use it offensively because you only have one move, and that one move only hits one guy. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's not really much else to say. Justified, if you get hit by a dark move, your attack increases, whatever. Good stats, Sacred Sword. Oh yeah, ignores the target's stat modifiers, which, sure, fine. Not that they really ever get them that much, or that they're that much of a problem. It's just nothing special. 3 grounded movement, hits one guy. It's strong. It probably kills them. It probably lives whatever attacks it needs to take. But it's just not overly impressive, you know? Unlike Reshiram, another fire type that's absolutely ridiculous. So Reshiram has Blue Flare as its attack. I think it hits a plus formation in front of you. I believe I can't spell. There we go. Yeah, hits a plus formation in front of you. A ton of power. Accuracy is a little bit low. 20% chance to burn. Turbo Blaze is just Mold Breaker. Ignores abilities when you're attacking, so ignores stuff like Instinct, Stealth, Perception, Dodge, Flash Fire as well. So you hit everything with Blue Flare. Sorry. Reshiram does not care. You're dying. Its speed is a little low, I guess. You might have less than 100 accuracy on some things. Whatever. You're killing them. And that's all that matters. Okay. Next up, we have Zekrom. I think Zekrom belongs in the same tier as Terrakion, for many of the same reasons. Zekrom is really strong, its stats are really good. Bolt Strike, really high power, 85 accuracy, might be a bit shaky with its like decent speed. 20% chance to paralyze the target. Terravolt ignores any abilities, so I guess Lightning Rod is included in this one. Bolt Strike only hits one person. You hit the person in front of you and you knock them back. That's the main issue. Blue Flare can hit up to 5 people. Bolt Strike hits 1. And you can't hit ground types. So as long as you're careful, you'll be fine. You know, just don't go anywhere with ground types, and you'll be killing people. One person at a time, but you will kill them. Oh my god, my scroll wheel. Okay, we've got the evolutions here. Vaporeon's pretty solid. Yeah. We'll put it with Empoleon. They're basically the same. Vaporeon has Hydro Pump. Its speed is kind of bad, but the rest of its stats are really good. You just kind of watch your accuracy. Should be fine. Really struggling to type these Pokemon names. Wave Rider, Aqua Boost, Water Absorb, whatever. Wave Rider gives you extra movement on water. Aqua Boost gives you more damage on water. Water Absorb lets you be immune and heal from water attacks. It's good. It's fine. Is it better than Empoleon? I don't think so. I don't think so. It does have 4 movement at base. I reckon I can move up to for sure. 4 movement is so good. Just having 4 base movement and a 3 like tile attack is really good. Just you need to watch the accuracy on Hydro Pump, but you're also eating any attacks that you need to as well. Better than Empoleon would anyway. Jolteon, solid. Thunderbolt hits 3 tiles horizontally, 1 row away from you. It's a bit of a pain to position, but Jolteon does have 4 movement, and it's probably one of the better electric types, definitely. It's strong, it's fast, it's good enough, right? You have a lot of movement. You're strong. You hit things. I think does it get sprint? I think it gets sprint as well. It does. Sprint, Vanguard, and Volt absorb. Yeah, you definitely want either sprint or Vanguard. Both of them are pretty good. Yeah. Just watch out for ground types, and some terrain kind of annoys Jolteon. Stuff like Spectra, Valora, the Ice one, Nick Storm, are pretty bad for this kind of range. You really want to stick to arenas like Pugilis or Aurora, just simple maps where you can position for Thunderbolts. Espeon, I think again, maybe. For some reason they gave it Psybeam as its move of choice instead of Psychic. So, yeah. It's got worse stats than Alakazam, it has a worse move than Alakazam. It does have the one more movement than Alakazam does. It has 4 range instead of 3. It gets share, so any like stat buffs that your party gets, that anyone on your party gets, I think Espeon gets, or any that Espeon gets, everyone else gets. It's something like that, I don't remember. Mountaineer and Instinct's not great, to be honest. I don't know. Actually, maybe probably not. It's kind of washed. I don't know. 4 range is really nice. We'll keep it maybe. Oh, Flareon's not good. Firefang hits 1 tile in front of you. Flareon does have 4 move, I guess, but Firefang is not very strong. I guess it does have a good attack stat, but its speed stat is kind of bad. It has Spirit, Flame Boost, and Flash Fire, whatever. I think probably not. It's not as bad as No, but it's definitely I think it's the worst evolution. Yeah. There's so many good fire types, just don't use Flareon. If they gave it Flamethrower or Fire Blast, it'd definitely be higher. At least for sure. If it had Fire Blast, I think absolutely. If it had Flamethrower, I think it'd be for sure. Umbreon. Another probably not. So Umbreon's the only Pokemon... Actually, not the only one. I think, yeah, Pawniard has it. But it has Assurance. You might be thinking like, oh, why would you give it Assurance and not like Dark Pulse or, I don't know, something stronger? But I actually kind of like how Assurance plays with Umbreon. Because Umbreon is not an offensive Pokemon, right? Its attack stat's really bad. But it's got good defense and good bulk. Abilities, Shackle, Melee, and Dodge. Very sort of support defense abilities. And Assurance doubles in power when the target's already taken damage that turn. Because Umbreon has 4 movement, it's pretty easy to move around, you know, slap some Pokemon that maybe your teammates have already hit. Kind of counter synergy with Shackle, I guess, if you're trying to finish someone off with Assurance, but I don't know. I think Assurance is interesting. I like how it works. I don't reckon with how Pokemon Conquest is, how it was made, I don't think it really works in this kind of game, you know? Leafeon's also kind of whatever. 4 range, Leaf Blade. It's Grovyle and Servine, but better, which is not much better. Run Up, Instinct, Life Force. You probably want Run Up your 4 moves so you can sort of get good power out of Run Up. Leaf Blade has high crit rate, whatever. Has decent stats. Actually has pretty good stats. What the fuck? What did they... Why does this have like better stats than the other ones? I don't know. Yeah. It's a one tile grass move. I can't really give it better than probably not. But it's not a bad grass type. I'd probably still use like Sceptile over it, but It's there, I guess. Glaceon's fine. Put it in... maybe. If it had Ice Beam, it'd be higher. But it has Icy Wind. So the damage is just kind of lacking. Skater, Stealth, and Frostbite, kind of uninteresting. Good attack, good defense. Kind of bad HP and speed. It still has the 4 movement though. 4 movement, obviously really, really good. Nice and mobile to get around. It's just, you really wish it had Ice Beam instead of Icy Wind. Just so it could do a bit more damage, you know? It's definitely better than Frostlass, but yeah. Not as good as Lapras, I'd say. Gardevoir. Gardevoir is the same as Alakazam. Sorry, my scroll wheel is fucking up again. Gardevoir and Alakazam are the same Pokemon. They both have Psychic, they're both Psychic types. Gardevoir, I guess, is more defensive, has less speed. I never noticed it having accuracy issues. They're the same. Whichever one you want to use. What abilities? Instinct, Perception, Confidence. Do you want to dodge or be supportive? Neither of them are really offensive abilities, so... unfortunate. Okay, Raichu's interesting, actually. Yeah, I'd put Raichu in for sure. Usually Raichu in Pokemon games is kind of, like, mid. But Raichu in this game is actually quite interesting. So it has Volt Tackle. You move 1 space forward, and then you attack 3 spaces horizontally in front of you. When you hit something, you have your defense decreased, and your range decreased to 1 for the next turn. Abilities, you get Static, Instinct, and Lightning Rod, kind of whatever. Probably want Instinct, though, so you have a chance to dodge attacks, because Raichu is quite frail, especially after hitting a Volt Tackle. The stats look kind of bad. But you're fast, so you're at least accurate, and Volt Tackle was really, really strong. Definitely one of the better electric types to have. And it's quite easy to set up Raichu as well. It's still 3 grounded movement, but being able to hit 3 targets at once in that line, and you're doing more damage than like Galvantula. So yeah, pretty solid. Wigglytuff, complete dud. It has Hyper Voice, which is the same as Discharge, but no secondary effects. It looks like it would be strong, but obviously Wigglytuff is really weak. Its attack, defense, and speed stats are all awful. Like, you're having accuracy issues with a 100% move. It's really, really bad. It has good HP, so you'd think it'd be tanky, but no, it has like one of the lowest defense stats in the game. What else? Lullaby, whatever, might put people to sleep. Mood Maker, kind of decent actually. Raises the energy of your allies within 2 spaces. Energy and mood just kind of dictates your Pokemon stats. The happier they are, the more stats they have for some reason. I don't know why that's how that works, but it's a pretty big swing between like max and minimum energy. So just making sure your max energy, pretty good. I wouldn't use this still, but Moonmaker's not the worst thing to have. And then Confidence just raises defense of nearby allies. Yeah. No damage, normal move, dies to stuff. There's nothing it does that is particularly helpful. And it sucks, because you are pretty much stuck with this on Oichi. Because he joins with Jigglypuff, and then you still have to wait for the merchant to appear to buy the Moonstone to even evolve it. It's not worth the effort. Just pick her up a Starly, and we'll get into Staraptor when we get there. I think we get there soon. Gyarados. Gyarados is really, really good. Water Flying. So it actually has flying movement, which is sick. 3 movement, not 4. Whatever, it's average, not like the best. Aqua Tail, similar to Samurott, hits 3 tiles in front of it, knocks them back 1 space. It can have Intimidate, Frighten, or what's the other one? I don't think it's Moxie. No, it's Tenacity. Yeah. You probably want Frighten, because Gyarados isn't the fastest. It's not slow, but it's not too fast. And Aqua Tail is still 90% accurate, so if you can lower the speed of nearby opponents, it just helps you hit them. Or you can Intimidate them so you take less damage. Whatever you need to do, you know? Other than that, Gyarados' stats are really good. Good bulk, good attack. Aqua Tail's a water type move. Nothing's going to be immune to it. So, get smacking, you know? Really solid. There's not much else to say about it. It's really easy to grab and evolve. There's a lot of people, if they want a water type, I'll just grab them Gyarados. Crobat. Crobat's kind of weird. I think I'll go probably not. Crobat's always been one of those Pokemon that's a bit weird to use. It has really good stats. It's really good to get. Especially in like normal Pokemon games, because you can get it really early. But in this game you still have to get a Golbat to 65 Link, which is such a pain. Cross Poison isn't that strong. But what Crobat has is movement. It has 4 flying movement, and it gets Shadow Dash. So if it's not nearby any allies, it has just 6 movement. Stat-wise, it's actually kind of weak attack, but probably like really good speed, decent bulk. Cross Poison is just disappointing. Its power is low. It's a poison type offensive move. Just no. But it's really mobile, which is useful on some occasions, like banner maps. Just being able to zoom around is pretty nice. But yeah, only really use it if you have to. It's not great otherwise. What were its abilities? Oh yeah, Inner Focus and Sponge, whatever. You don't care about those. You want Shadow Dash. Oh, I didn't talk about Gallade earlier. We'll do that now. Gallade is... Yeah. I think Gallade's better than Gardevoir and Alakazam. Psycho Cut has less like attacking range. It only attacks 2 tiles in front of you. But what Gallade has is Conqueror. If you defeat an opponent, you get an attack, defense, and speed boost. Amazing. Psycho Cut is 100% accurate. It has a high crit chance. It's a psychic move, so you do have to watch out for dark types. But yeah, I think it just has a slight edge over the other psychic types, just because of Conqueror. And being a fighting type means you're not weak to, like, dark and bug, I guess. I mean, you're still weak to, what, like flying, ghost, yeah. I know, it's pretty good. Just don't fight dark types, and you'll be fine. Don't think there's anything else to really say about it. Parry, Conqueror, Justified, just pick Conqueror. It's much better. Just Guardian Charm, solo stuff. Yeah. Pretty good. Quagsire. This thing is complete garbage. For some reason they gave it Mud Bomb, which just hits 1 person 2 tiles away. Shaky accuracy, Quagsire slow as hell. So sometimes you're just not hitting. You might lower their accuracy. It's a chance though. I don't know. Shackle, Deep Sleep, Water Absorb, whatever. A Mud Bomb's weak. Shaky accuracy, 30% chance to lower the opponent's accuracy. Bad stats. Yeah. Yeah. Just disappointing all around. Ah, here we are. Staraptor. He's not in though. I need to keep scrolling. Here we are. Staraptor, absolutely one of the best Pokemon in this game, and you can get it as soon as you click go, right? You start in Aurora, the normal kingdom, and there are Starlies everywhere. Just pick one up for both the hero and Oichi. You will not regret it. So, Staraptor has Brave Bird. You move one tile forward and you hit your left, right, and up tiles for a butt ton of damage. And it's very accurate. It has the same drawback as Volt Tackle though. Your defense is reduced and your range is set to 1. So you can kind of keep attacking things as long as they're close to you. Abilities can be Intimidate, Hero, or Vanguard. Just take Vanguard and then do Guardian Charm stuff. Just do it. You do so much damage. Everything just dies. Your stats are really good, apart from your defense. Who cares? They're dead. Like, you do not need to worry. Maybe Steel types will live, but a lot of them aren't going to hit you anyway because you're fast. So, don't worry about it, you know? Oh, this thing's insane. Just anyone that wants a flying type, or like any generic warrior that can have a 70% lick with Staraptor, just give them Staraptor. It's so much easier than trying to bother with other ones. Okay, I think I'm at the last 2 now. Yeah. Just double checking to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Don't think I have. Here's Bibarel. Wait, did I do... I did Bibarel. Yeah, oh, it's just on here twice. Okay. Last Pokemon then, my bad, is Lucario. We're going to move him... I think maybe. Lucario's alright. Aura Sphere hits one person 2 tiles away, and it also shoves them back 1 tile. Damage-wise, it's okay. Fighting Steel's a bit of unfortunate defensive type. Inner Focus Parry and Sprint, probably just take Sprint for extra movement. There's nothing too much going on here. Aura Sphere can't miss though, which, whatever. Stats are kind of mediocre, actually. It's kind of okay. You can use it. I wouldn't rely on it. Like, if you have Ranmaru and he can take a kingdom, you could leave him to do it. But you can also just give Ranmaru, like, Machamp or something, you know? Yeah. I don't know. It's alright. It's not as bad as some of these chumps. It's still, what, 3 move. Range attack, hits 1 guy. Stats are kind of mid, but hey. Actually, you know what, thinking about it, I'm going to move him to probably not. Yeah, he can have 4 movement with Sprint. I don't think that's enough. You only hit 1 guy, it's a fighting type move, your stats are actually kind of bad. Like, I didn't realise Lucario is kind of... It's not that strong in this game. It's not bulky at all. Speed's fine. I mean, I don't know. I've tried to use it before. It's just kind of hard to use. I might keep it and probably not. Because, like, if you want to kill one thing at a time, you have Conkeldurr, you have Terrakion. If you want to kill multiple things at a time, you have Machamp. There's better fighting types to use than Lucario, and I can't see me justifying using it. So, I think probably not is where it should sit. Just last check. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all the fully evolved Pokemon available in Pokemon Conquest that I have now ranked for you. I've just realised you can't see the whole thing. Let me try zooming out here. That still doesn't... Okay, hold on. Does that do it? Almost. I just have to scroll this way. There we go. Okay. So that's the whole list. This is where I place the Pokemon in this game, where I think they sit in these tiers. Who I would use, who I wouldn't. General advice, if you're going to play Conquest, just do Guardian Charm solos with the Pokemon in absolutely and for sure tiers. You can pick up some Pokemon in the maybe tiers, I guess. If you really want to, they'll be fine. Probably not keep as few of them around as you can, really. And then no is just don't bother. Just have them sit and wait. Find something else. I was thinking of doing a video like this for Fire Emblem units, actually. But I have like whole graphics and stuff for that. But it's just making that whole video, because I kind of wanted it to be a more scripted one. Like, this has just been completely off the top of my head, just doing Googling as I'm going. There's no script to this at all. I didn't do this beforehand. I just thought, hey, I'm just going to ramble about this because I want to. But I've like written a script for a Fire Emblem one, and I'm trying to follow the script, and I keep messing up. When I started doing this video, I felt quite nervous. I sort of stopped for a bit after I finished like the first Pokemon, but then I just was able to keep going. So I might try and do this kind of style for the Fire Emblem one. But if anyone's watching this, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I guess I've played Pokemon Conquest, Fire Emblem. The only Final Fantasy Tactics I played was Tactics Advance, so I haven't done the other ones. I played like Banner of the Maid. The game, like, not a lot of people have played, but it's a pretty cool strategy RPG. I think it'd be cool to talk about that. But yeah, or I could make more videos on Conquest. Maybe going over warlords or general like strategies to try and beat the game. Or I gave you a peek of my spreadsheet earlier. I could sort of clue you in as to what is going on there. Or maybe discussing some fan-made like hacks of Conquest, because I know people have, but I've not really played them that much. I started one, but yeah. Or maybe even just like a video about Pokemon Conquest in general, like what I think the issues with this game are and what I would do to improve the experience, because I really love the concept of this game. I absolutely love Fire Emblem and Pokemon. They're both my favourite franchises. I play them so much. But when they combined into this game, I think it's actually really disappointing. I think this game lacks a lot of depth that could be there, which is really sad. Because I know a lot of people enjoyed their first playthrough of this game, but then the post-game just becomes a mess, and no one really wants to touch it because it's just the same game over and over and over again. And then the balancing is absolutely awful. I don't know who made the decisions for these. I mean, I guess they weren't really trying to make a balanced experience. It's a Pokemon game. Like, Pokemon's not balanced. But, yeah. I just think someone needs to have a different spin on this. This concept is so cool. I'd love to see maybe like Intelligent Systems give it a go or something. Just give it another chance. That's all I want. But yeah, I'll leave that there for this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.